back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm a straight gorilla with it, cold-hearted with it. Any nigga getting out of line can get it. I make it hot, motherfuckers freeze up when I come through. 10:32, my snorkel. I might smile and say what's up, but I don't with you. My rap money slow up, I run up on you. I'm on the edge, I'm just waiting on a to push me. Put my hand on my. What you looking at? We ain't buddies, we ain't partners, and we damn sure ain't friends. So much chrome on my bins, you see your face in my rims. If you wanna roll, I'ma let her get in. I don't play, but I'm a player to the motherfucking end. I got no pickup lines, I stay on the grind. I tell her all the time, get in my car. Got my 64, riding on Dayton spokes. And when I open the door, get in my car. I got no pickup lines, I stay on the grind. I tell her all the time, get in my car. Got my 64, riding on Dayton spokes. And when I open the door, get in my car. Don't tell me you don't know that. I'm this man, you better watch your girl, man. I leave with your chain sitting it. Man, I'm about my paper. If you really about it, I'm gon' take her backseat of my Jeep till I fuck up her makeup. Take her to the Diamond District, introduce her to Jacob. Tell her if she like me, she should keep me icy. My game with a brain till she thinks she wifey. Spend her life savings in a day, cause she likes me. Commitment from me, nah, not likely. When I was Vivica, I thought I was onto something. But then the next week, nah. Man, it was nothing. I got no pickup lines. I stay on the grind. I tell her all the time.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Shout out to Andy because he's always on theme. That Vivica line was a stinger, huh? We're going to get into some 50 Vivica. I don't know. Is it beef? Is it conversation? Is it just attention garnering? Who knows? But we're going to talk a little bit about it. Welcome in. You're locked in with Jon Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Of course, this is the show where we hit all the trending topics and headlines that have been running up and down your timeline. And tonight, as always, we're going to give you a little heart with the heat. You know, get into some things. First up, we're giving some love. We're going to give you the details of SZA. She is doing something absolutely amazing for the city of Los Angeles, and she's partnering with Jon and Vinny's, one of my spots, the Slauson location, so we're going to get into those details. And like I mentioned, Vivica dropped some relationship gems. They involved rappers and Fitty, and of course, Fitty responded, so we're going to get into that. We're also going to talk Deb Antney. She is Waka Flocka's mom, but she is a hip-hop manager, and she used to manage Gucci. And she, like a few others, are calling out Gucci and Keyshia, saying that they showed up wrong at the Breakfast Club and that the message that they're pushing, she's not exactly buying. So we're going to get into that and why I think that the new Gucci is so jarring for some. And we're going to talk about an influencer, a social media influencer, who got caught up in a little-known North Carolina law, that is costing her $1.7 million. So we're going to get into those details. But first, a little combo starter. So I mentioned SZA. She and Jon and Vinny's have started a Feed LA initiative, right? First of all, shout out to the veterans out there. It is Veterans Day. So sending you a little bit of love and, we appreciate you serving your country and all of the things that you've done. So just wanted to take a moment for that. So SZA, she and Jon and Vinny's are teaming up to offer 100 free meals a day for 7 days for SNAP recipients across Los Angeles, right? The partnership starts today. It's from November 11th through November 18th. And it's at both Jon and Vinny's locations, the one on Fairfax as well as the one on Slauson. And it's part of SZA's ongoing community effort to give back. She previously donated to some local schools in View Park in Inglewood, and I think it is just, good energy. I love that she is, trying to make sure that the people are taken care of, right? So you can go to her Instagram or Jon and Vinny's. Andy, why are you looking like that?
Continue the story.
If you want to register to go and pick up a meal.
What was we talking about yesterday?
Which thing?
Erykah Badu and Erewhon.
Oh, right. Oh, how you could give back to your community.
Shout out SZA.
And shout out
exactly
to SZA.
What I'm talking about.
So, big ups to her because, again, 1,400 free meals for SNAP recipients. And all you got to do is, her charity is called Not Charity, which I think is so fire because when people hear charity, there's not a lot of respect oftentimes for the recipients of charity. Do you understand? And one never knows when they might be in need and needing to be serviced. So I appreciate her looking out. I appreciate her doing it with some delicious food. No, it's not Black owned. Because I know that's going to be the question. However, they're feeding people at no cost. Well, at cost to SZA. So I'm appreciative. Andy?
Kind of like Pedro Pizarro. Just disrespecting the community or whatnot.
Different ends of the spectrum.
But similar. But
Pedro Pizarro, he finally, after a lot of pressure, shout out to the KBLA delegation, he hit up Tavis. So tomorrow morning on First Things First with Dominique DePrima. Oh, the 8 o'clock hour. Let me make sure to give y'all the right hour. The 8 o'clock hour, Tavis is going to be on to reveal the conversation that took place. So make sure that you are on deck and tapped in for that because I'm sure it was extremely interesting, and we'll hear what he had to say and what Tavis has to say about it.
It didn't take too long.
It was a quick conversation?
No, I'm saying the response. Ever since
the response. Yeah, today was day 4, of the official bang bang on him. And, you got to respond to the people. So there it is. When we come forward, we'll have more trending topics and headlines.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Here for the Lowe's early Black Friday deals? You're right on time for some of our biggest savings. We're talking up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Holiday lights going up soon? Select ladders are up to 50% off right now. Get Black Friday prices without the Black Friday crowds. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 11/19. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This Thanksgiving at Total Wine & More, find bourbons and Cabernets that you adore. Our helpful guides are so friendly and nice, so many bottles to try at the lowest price. So gather with friends as you sit down to eat, grateful for all who made Thanksgiving complete.
With curbside pickup and delivery available and the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next, and
And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So, you know how this goes down. If at any point you want to get in on the conversation, 800-920-1580. That's the number you can call in. Of course, we're on social media. I'm personally at Stiletto Jill. Hit us up at KBLA 1580. And go download the app. We always encourage that. Or get in to the visual for the audio experience that we give you here every night from 6 to 7 with our YouTube chat and the VIPs. Chat. Shout out to the chat. They are chatting already, and we love to hear that. As a matter of fact, DJ Black 909 says, what SZA is doing is exactly the kind of thing that should happen on a large scale, and the government should get out of the business of feeding people. Well, we pay our taxes to the government, so they absolutely should be in the business of supplying those in need. What they shouldn't be doing is playing these reindeer games, but a conversation for another day. All right, so I also wanted to take a moment and acknowledge the passing of Michael Ray Richardson. He was a 4-time NBA All-Star. He passed away at 70, shortly after being diagnosed with prostate cancer. If you're unfamiliar with him, he was drafted 4th overall by the Knicks in 78. He also played for the Warriors and the New Jersey Nets, right? He was known for his defense and playmaking ability, 2-time NBA All-Defensive Team. But in 1986, he received a lifetime ban for substance abuse violations. He was the first active NBA player to receive one. He was reinstated in 1988 and finished his career overseas playing in Italy, France, and Canada. He authored a memoir, Banned: How I Squandered an All-Star NBA Career Before Finding My Redemption. It was actually just released last year. So Richardson's story is a mirror for a generation. Talent, temptation, and a comeback arc that, didn't necessarily get a documentary treatment. But in an era before PR spins and mental health breaks, his life shows that how the league handled athletes with problems, addiction, mental health back during another time. So, prayers to his family and, love and light, man. Love and light, right? He was Magic Johnson's favorite matchup, by the way, and David Stern's worst headache. So that's how you know you made an impact. All right, so let's get into Fitty and Vivica, right? Because once again, 22 years after this relationship, by the way, I think this relationship was only about 3 to 6 months, but you can't quantify impact, right? So recently at the Ultimate Women's Expo in New Jersey, Vivica kept it 100, as she often does, right? She was asked about dating advice. So y'all, she was asked, She was asked. And she said, don't date any rappers, right? Especially 50 Cent. So the crowd laughed, and so did she. But, you know, the lesson was revealed, right? Vivica's 60 now. And perhaps that relationship, you know, really did a number on her. She was 38 at the time. 50 did propose. There was a ring. He got mad at her and turned the ring into earrings, per Vivica, in an interview she did a few years back with DJ Vlad. And, you know, she said that at the time, I think maybe this is why. Well, one, let me say this. Part of the reason why I think that it seems like Vivica can't let go is because people like to talk about that relationship. Vivica's been in other relationships. Vivica was married. Vivica dated a younger rapper after 50, Slim somebody or other, but people are interested in that era. And, you know, this is a business that is about keeping yourself visible. I don't know if she really cares as much as people think that she does, but I think she knows that people are entertained by it and it keeps her in a conversation, right? That is what I think. I don't know that to be sure, but that is just my impression of the situation. And I think people, like, here's the thing. If Vivica said anything else, somebody would throw up, well, you weren't acting that way when 50 Cent was dogging it, you know, or something like that. So I think sometimes it's a little bit of beating it to the punch, right? We've seen examples, in my opinion, of other people doing this for similar kind of topics. I said that RG3, Robert Griffin III, I think he thinks that he's being clever and doing stuff like that sometimes when he would bring up his wife and the fact that they're an interracial couple. So that's kind of the way that I think about this stuff with Vivica. It's just a way to kind of keep her in the mix, keep y'all entertained, because she knows if she says anything about 50, it's going to go viral, right? That's what I think. Now, 50 commented on Instagram about this because 50 is 50, and that's what he does, right? He said, either way, I'm going to have that asset in the Matrix. But damn, it's been 22 years, Vivica. So, you know, the fact that he still entertains it too, I feel like, you know, this is Vivica's way of trolling as well. Right? It should be noted that Vivica said that when they broke up, 50 just announced it on the radio. She was out of the country. She came back in. She didn't know they broke up. And he was on the radio and someone asked how Vivica was or something. He was like, I don't know. I let that ass or something like that. Beep, beep. I don't know if that's an FCC thing. But, you know, I think part of their relationship to a degree is a little bit of that back and forth animosity clowning thing. The same way I feel like Tia Kemp and Rick Ross have that sort of combative thing. I think that's a little bit to it, but, you know, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Andy?
I'm sorry. I think that if Vivica Fox was dating all these other people, I mean, she could have been like, oh, why were you talking about 50? Let's talk about my man right now. I never heard anything about that. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, that maybe, you know, she's just utilizing this as a way to, you know, entertain folks. But, I mean, if you're going to entertain folks, you got to have something that's going to, you know, tag along with that, right? Like a movie, a TV show or something.
Vivica has her Vivica Fox wig lines. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not that audience,
she got
so
Bun in a Box.
Know. Okay, then good.
She got
then.
her Lifetime
then
movies and
still,
stuff.
But it still sounds like she still has some things for 50.
I mean,
period.
So let me ask you this, right? When guys crack jokes or bring up other things, you know, 50 will randomly clown his first child's
Nobody's exempt
mother.
from 50, so.
But why is he not bitter or still in his feelings? He's a Cancer male, hard on the outside, soft and gushy on the inside.
I think there's some people who made commentary in that regard. That's why he's always trolling folks or whatnot, you know? And I think low-key, that was also the downfall to his music, and quite frankly.
Trolling?
Yeah, you beefing with everybody, bro. I'm saying that was just too much.
I feel that. Maurice in the chat says she's just trying to get his attention. She's thirsty. DJ Black 909 says 50 has been living rent-free in her head for 22 years. Vivica really does need to wise up, go inside, do the healing, and move on. I'm telling you guys, she has dated other men publicly. People don't ask about them. People don't care about them. I am not saying that there might not be some feelings there, but I don't think she's alone in it. Two, I really don't think she cares as much as people think. I just don't. Do you know why? Because if she did, Vivica's never called 50, because if she had, 50 would have told us, right?
What kind of advice is that, though? Don't date any rappers. How many other rappers have you dated, Vivica?
I just told you she dated a younger rapper named Slim. He wasn't popular. Her ex-husband, 6ix9ine, was in a rap R&B group. So Vivica has dated her fair... I don't want to say it like that. Vivica is a grown woman. She's 60 years old. So, she's lived, darling. She's lived.
Didn't she also talk about something about her friends or something like that? She doesn't want to. It's hard to make friends with other black women. Didn't she make some sort of commentary regarding that?
She did, yeah.
Because it's like a level of competition or something.
Yeah.
Vivica, in my opinion, and maybe she has, but I think she needs some work. She needs some healing to do.
Okay.
Straight up.
Okay.
I think she needs to love on herself just maybe a little bit more. Because damn, I get it, You don't need to have a large circle of friends and stuff like that. I get that. But the fact that you even have that feeling, maybe I'm wrong.
It was I think sometimes, right, we take sound bites and we forget that they are in the context of a conversation. I think nuance and context is important, because if you're having, for example, right, anytime Gabrielle Union says something about relationships or marriage, people will be like, you go 50-50 with your husband and he makes you eat his booty, right? Here's the thing. Gabrielle Union said nothing about eating D. Wade's booty in that commentary. Mm-hmm. She didn't. If you listen to the clip, she did not. She was putting forth a hypothetical situation in a surrounding conversation about advice she would give to young girls about being reciprocal in relationships, right? So I feel like people oftentimes will take a soundbite, turn it into something else, or fit it to the image that they have of an individual and forget all about what brought the conversation forth, why they made that connection or statement, and, take it outside of whatever is really there. I don't know. That's just my opinion of it. I don't think Vivica is as hung up on 50 in these conversations as some people think. I think if she were to start talking about 6ix9ine, nobody would care. Yeah. Why are we getting the Law and Order sound effects? What's the case?
That was a great defense, Jill. Look at you.
Oh!
That was a great defense.
Somebody said I should have been a lawyer. Well, look. This is a side note. This has nothing to do with this. This is going back to Michael. Someone in the chat said Michael dedicated his post-NBA career to using his life story to teach life skills to young people. Love that. Love to hear that. As far as 50 and Vivica, if Vivica's still obsessed, 50 is too, because why didn't he just ignore it and keep moving? And just because he's a troll doesn't mean that he's not encouraging it.
Okay, so then 50's still obsessed with Ja Rule. Ja Rule's still obsessed with 50. Can we say that?
Again, I think that those conversations are because the public has a fascination sometimes and they want to hear those things. Okay. Right?
So it's the public then. It's not really,
all the time. Not all the it just, again, context is important to this, because just saying that without which conversations we're talking about and discussing, I think it's hard, right? Behind the laughs is a way to control the narrative. Vivica was one of the first black women in Hollywood to openly own a breakup, right? Like that she got ghosted. That's what I'm talking about. She was like, dude ghosted me, without shame. I think it's just, maybe a little grown woman closure.
That's what it is, too, though.
What?
Her ego was crushed.
I think so. I think that has a lot because, like I said, he did ghost her. And, Vivica's a Leo. Vivica is very grand always.
She thought she can play that game 50. That's what she thought.
Maybe 50 was playing the games and tried to can play that game on her. Every young celebrity, right, male, wants to have in their in their rotation, in their hit list, an iconic actress, celebrity, public figure, Instagram girl, or whatever, just to say they did it. So,
hey, he thought he was onto something. But then it was nothing for the next one.
I suppose y'all are so mean. Y'all gonna leave the good sister Vivica Fox alone, okay? Vivica got a 401k instead. Well, it's not a 401k because an IRA. I guess it would be an IRA. That is what you independently fund. Shout out to Viv and her businesses and her productions and directing and all of the things.
I hope she finds love, though, for real.
Me too. Shout out to Vivica Fox. When we come forward, we're going to talk about two people who found love. And unfortunately for them, one of the individuals was married, and they did it in North Carolina, where you can be sued for that. We'll get into all of those details when we come forward.
All the time, get in my car, got my 64, riding on Dayton spokes, and when I open the door, get in my car. Quit playing, get in. You know you want to ride with 50 Cent.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Chicago aldermen are urging Black Mayor Brandon Johnson to dig deeper into a consultant report to help fix the city's billion-dollar deficit.
We've already demonstrated that we're willing to implement the very ideas that came from this report.
Johnson defended his plan to tax big corporations, saying they too should pay their fair share. Los Angeles' Black Mayor Karen Bass says the city's House Our Vets initiative has placed over 360 veterans in permanent housing with a 99% retention rate. She adds homelessness in LA is down 17% since she took office, marking the first back-to-back yearly decline. And former President Barack Obama made a surprise Veterans Day appearance, greeting service members arriving in D.C. through the Honor Flight Network. He thanked them for their service and handed out presidential challenge coins to veterans from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
405 southbound. You've got slowing out of West LA. This is from about Pico in stretches all the way to the 110 freeway and the 405 northbound out of Irvine. We're seeing delays from San Canyon. It remains pretty crowded ahead all the way to Brookhurst and Fountain Valley. Even the 55 northbound and Costa Mesa slows from the 405, looking a lot better by the time you make your way to the 5 freeway. And the drive in Anaheim Hills, eastbound side of the 91, slowing from Weir Canyon to Green River.
Hard rock style is coming to the Central Valley, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield off Route 99. You'll find world-class gaming and entertainment. Less drive time equals more playtime. The all-new Hard Rock Casino Tejon, opening November 13th.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Dallas Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont needs to be put on blast. Tuesday morning, Dumont fired Mavs general manager Nico Harrison, one of 12 black GMs in the NBA. Dumont fired Harrison because the trade Harrison made last season with the Lakers, Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic, has been a disaster for the Mavericks. The Mavs are 3-8 and Davis is hurt again. Meanwhile, the Lakers are 8-3 and Luka is balling, averaging 37.1 points. Yes, Harrison did reach out to Lakers GM Rob Pelinka to discuss the trade, but Dumont signed off on the deal before it was finalized. No trades in any sport are made without ownership approval. The real crime committed by Dumont is that he let Harrison take all the abuse and death threats from angry Mavs fans upset about losing Luka. Dumont never talked to the media to let the fans know that it was his decision to trade Luka. Harrison now knows what kind of person he was working for. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, yo, come on. Pick up the drum.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey.
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it. Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Established in 2020 during a time of deep racial unrest across our state and country, the Black Freedom Fund was created to make sure that leaders and organizations working to support Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us in creating a future where Black people harness their full power to shape their lives and realize a just world for all. Learn more at fundblackfreedom.org. That's fundblackfreedom.org. The Black Freedom Fund is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Baby, I had to stop for a second on the balcony. Scoping you down, you're looking fly to me. All dressed up and buying your own drinks, and that ain't right. Not that you can't handle it on your own, but you're too damn fly to drink all alone. Can I come bubble with you? To you, I'ma make a toast. Come on, don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip, you kinda got your feeling busy. It's alright with me if it's alright with you. Don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip, kinda got your feeling busy. It's alright with me if it's alright with you. Baby, got me high as a ghost with the chronic perfume. Smelling all good, it's getting hot in the room. All pressed on you, and I know you feel it too. And that's alright.
Welcome back in. You're You're locked in with Joel Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Shout out to Jon B. Happy birthday, Jon B. Bubbly. Oh. He just performed over the weekend at this thing called Love in Malibu. It was at, where did they have it at? I can't remember. He was a surprise performance. It was like, a party, and it was a guy named Wells P. and his friend throws it. I had Wells on the show, I think my other show here. But they threw a party, Love in Malibu. And, the theme of it, it's an R&B party. So they play R&B joints, some of your favorites, and Jon B popped out. He was the surprise performer. So, there's still stuff for age-appropriate adults that like to get into the mix a little bit.
I also say this, as far as music platforms, I just stumbled across something called Cadillac Chronicles.
We've talked about that, where they're rolling out. They got some of the bangers, right?
Let me tell you something. I've been on a binge, and they brought out some of the old school folks. So I saw Cut Close.
Cut Close was just recently on there. They had like Soleil on there.
Yo.
Who that?
Yeah. I was like, you got Soleil on here? I just thought it was a dope concept to be performing, driving around the city. The only thing I be tripped out about is y'all ain't got no seatbelts on.
Right. But I think they're in Atlanta. Do they have a seatbelt law?
I don't know.
They might just roll.
But I thought it was a cool concept, and it was just dope to see a lot of cats that, you kind of forgot about. I saw Chingy on there, Bun B recently. So, they even had Do or Die on there. Oh,
and that is Ho Pimpin' is my song. Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a caddy? Chop it up with Do or Die.
Them gentlemen still got it.
So y'all gotta look up
Cadillac Chronicles.
That's that. Go look up Cadillac Chronicles. Shout out to them, and go look up Po Pimpin' Do or Die, because that was it. Chi-Town's finest. Old school. Tila was on there as well. All right. So a North Carolina influencer has been ordered to pay $750. I don't know why I said 75. $1.75 million. $1,000,000 for alienation of affection. If you have never heard of this law, it's only certain states that have it, North Carolina being one of them. And so cheating has a price tag, right? A jury ordered the TikTok creator, her name is Brene Kennard, to pay this to her ex-lover's wife after their affair ended the marriage. So the plaintiff is Akira Montague, and she sued Kennard for criminal conversation and alienation of affection. As I mentioned, the verdict was $1.75 million in damages. And the affair, Tim Montague, is Brene's. Let me make sure I get this right. Tim was Brene's manager. He was managing her social media influencer career, right? And he is the cousin of Brene's estranged husband. You see what I'm saying? So the manager was the influencer's husband, but they hooked up. I mean, the manager was the influencer's husband's cousin. Lord, it's a mess. They were just doing a lot, right? And so North Carolina is one of 6 states that still allows third-party lawsuits for breaking up a marriage. California is not one of those states, by the way. So, in a social media era where DMs can become public property, and we've seen relationships play out on TikTok and the resolution of them. Remember Tisa, what was that her name? Risa Tisa. She got a whole book and movie coming from that. And the old law feels like, it's swinging back, right? Attention is currency. So you wanted some attention and now you got it, right? So that's a big price to pay for a soft launch. I wonder if they're still together. I think celebrity-wise, I recall someone trying to drop that down as well. I can't remember who it was, but be careful where you sneak and cheat because it could cost you, right? In 2025, alienation of affection is really just content at this point, unfortunately. So, Okay. So I think this story is really sad. Shout out to Royal Jenkins in the chat. It was Twista and Do or Die on that one. Tila's not on that one too? Well,
Twista and Do or Die. Po Pimp.
Po Pimp was Twista and
Johnny P.
And Johnny P. I feel like they had a song with Tila that was popping too. I could be wrong now. We're talking about some early 90s Midwest hip hop. Is that what you would call it? Because what was Chicago rap considered at that time?
Good question. I don't know.
I feel like that was regional. I remember the video being shown on Rap City, but yeah. All right. Shout out to Twista then. I'm mixing up my things. That makes sense though. Twista raps really fast. They say that when you elevate or extend to a new level, you're going to lose some people as you do that, right? I'm wondering if what is happening with Gucci, or should I say the new Gucci, is an example of that. When we come forward, we're going to get into the commentary that has been swirling around Gucci since the release of his memoir and his Breakfast Club appearance. And I want to know if you think it's fair. We'll discuss that when we come forward. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Scooch. Drop top. What's up? Yeah. Hey, you get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she gon' f a bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, dropping the dope in the stash. In Italy, got too far, they DM me. Drop the top when it's cold, but you feel the heat. Be real with me, keep it 100, just be real with me. Eat it up like it's a feast. They say the dope on fleek.
Deal on me, ice on my neck, baby, chill with me. That fucked in the back, don't say nothing, the a kill for me. Back as I can in my sleep, on fleek. 100K spit on that patty for leave. Know my dog in my tree. Hop out the frog and leap. I put them bricks in the fender.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. This makes me sad when I hear this. Because of Takeoff, yeah. So, yeah. Just makes me a little sad. And kind of connected to that, Maurice in the chat said that the interview with Gucci, he's talking about on the Breakfast Club with Gucci and Keyshia Kayor, reminded him of Mike Tyson and Robin Givens' famous interview with Barbara Walters back in the day. We know that Mike later came out and said that he was given some type of substance to keep him calm, relaxed, not violent as was assessed he was by Robin in that interview. And so, kind of along those lines, it's interesting that you bring that up, because the same way that Mike was questioned and people talked about Robin and her mother controlling Mike and keeping him drugged, the popular term currently is handler. Everyone says that everyone has a handler, that a lot of these aren't relationships. That person is there to keep them in line and in the machine, so the conspiracy theorists say, because, they'll start talking about clones and all types of stuff. Remember, they were saying forever that Gucci was a clone, right? Now, why they would clone Gucci, I don't know, but it all kind of feeds into the fact, and kind of like Britney Spears, that these people are being drugged and controlled so that people can take advantage of their money, right? So Morris Phillips raises a good point, and I'm gonna say this and then we'll drop what Deb had to say. He said people should never clean their dirty laundry in public. It makes it harder to overcome the headache. You have a point. The flip side of that, though, is that if you never reveal a little bit of your dirt, then people are going to be going really, really hard to try and prove that you're not squeaky clean. And it's that much harder when you as a human make a misstep. So I'm not sure, but let's hear what Deb Antney had to say about Gucci and Keyshia on the Breakfast Club and what she thinks about their relationship and how Keyshia has transformed to Gucci.
You see the Breakfast Club interview with Gucci and Keyshia?
Unfortunately, yes. It just did not seem like him.
in a million years, you wouldn't get to make me believe that either he wasn't drugged up or something wasn't going on with him there. I don't feel like she should have came out nationally saying the stuff that she said about her husband. That sounds like somebody that wants attention and that threw her husband out on the chopping block. I don't care what anybody say. This ain't about them worrying about no damn mental health. This is worrying about people trying to be on top. I went through tons of stuff with him, and I'm not going to go through all of that now just because I don't deal with him. I've never advertised anything. People never knew about none of that stuff. And I placed him in hospitals. I've done various things, and nobody ever knew nothing about it. And when she sat there and said, oh, she wished that people would bring him up, well, talk about me, because you wouldn't have him if it wasn't for me.
So, I mean, is it a case of Deb not feeling that she is getting her accolades for maybe some of the things that she, helped Gucci get through during her time managing him? Is it that people are, they talked about on this particular interview, and again, Gucci's dropped a memoir, that Gucci would just give away cars, money, clothing. Is it, and I'm not speaking of Deb specifically, just in general, the idea that people can no longer take advantage of Gucci in that way because he has a strong woman with him? I mean, Keyshia did flip the money that he left her with while he was in jail. If she wants a little credit, is that so wrong? She was like a personality and influencer or something before she got to be with Gucci, right? Or was aspiring to be, at least. But the other half of that is just, I wonder if, Gucci wrote a whole memoir where he talked about this stuff. So is it just that because they can no longer relate to him, they want to demonize it? A lot of times when people in relationships, especially men, upgrade their life, for lack of a better term, but make changes in their life that some may feel don't benefit them, and they may feel not even benefit that individual, but it's called growth. And I wonder if that is why Keyshia is taking some of this heat. Now, let me say this. If anybody's going to come up with, well, she did this dirty thing in the past or this happened, I'm unaware. I can only speak to what I have seen of their relationship. There might be some corners that y'all can hit. Let me know. I'm open to listen. But it really just seems like that in, him dealing with his illness and coming to terms with some things, it causes you to change. And that's what's supposed to happen. And it feels like some of the people that used to be in his life aren't very accepting of their new place with his healing.
Look at Young Thug.
I mean, yeah. A lot of things happen, right? So I understand cause for concern. And here's the thing. Maybe he is taking medication for his bipolar disorder, which is okay because that is what medication is for.
I believe he talked about that,
to
right?
help you regulate and stuff, right? But I'm saying to the point of people saying, oh, he's drugged up. Maybe, he's medicated, but maybe not to the degree that they're making it out like, he's a zombie being controlled. I feel like it's just you want the street dude to be the street dude forever. And we know a lot of those people don't grow up. So I don't know. Shout out to Gucci and Keyshia, though, for spreading the awareness about mental health. And again, she wants to get her little pop-off off a little bit. Let her. That's the name of the entertainment game anyway. But ultimately, Gucci seems to be in a good space. And that's what I feel is important, right? Old school management mentality versus new media transparency. Deb is old school, so maybe that's all it is, Maybe it's out of love and concern. Oh, we've talked about a lot. We've gotten a lot in tonight. But what I want to know is, one, Pretty Brown Mimi asked a great point. Did Deb quit or did she get fired? Perhaps pushed out by Keyshia. I'm unclear. I'm unclear. Could have just been a parting of ways. It could have been the fact that he was in jail for a minute. So there was, maybe from that perspective, not really much to manage. Could be a number of things. Deb also managed Nicki Minaj. Interesting. Two of the personalities and some of the things that we've heard, about that. But we'll have to see what comes of it, what may develop. I don't think anything really, though. I think people just have to accept that Gucci's a different person and that medication healing, he may not interact in the same way that he did before he was, before he got his stuff taken care of. I don't know. I think that it is a hard battle when you're dealing with your old self and your new self, but shout out to that. So, let me give you guys this before we go. As far as speaking things into existence, nobody said that. I'm just bringing it up because we talk about manifestation time to time. Megan Thee Stallion is trying to manifest her way into a Super Bowl halftime performance spot for herself at some point. I don't know about that, Meg. I love you. I think you're a great performer, but I don't know if we could be talking about the juicy at the Super Bowl. And yeah, I know we've talked about, guns and butter. That's hard too. But we know how people aren't ready for the feminine stand up out there. I don't think we could be talking about WAP.
Shakira can shake her hips, though.
Shakira could shake her hips, and they'll accept that. But they won't be saying, they won't be, I don't believe, as accepting of what a kitty. I don't know. Listen, that's my time. Make sure you guys are back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. for more trending topics and headlines. Coming up next is the voice of reason, Zoe Williams. I'll be back at it tomorrow.
I'm not your average or typical. Look at my wrist and it's critical. Hold it up, dropping the temperature. I get that bag on the regular. I got a bag on my cellular. Back in the bag of them vegetables. Bag of them cookies, it's medical. Etc. It's federal. I take off landing on Nebula. As announced when it ends on my schedule.
You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she gon' f a bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, dropping the dope in the stash. In Italy, got too far, they DM me. Draw at the top, when it's cold, but you feel the heat. Be real with me, keep it 100, just be real with me.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is defending police after weekend clashes in Little Village, blaming ICE agents for the chaos.
Our police department did not enforce civil immigration policy or law.
He said police officers were